If you just started fixing your credit, there are 5 laws you must know to knock the credit bureaus out. And I'm going to break down every last one of them because they help this person right here. They help this person right here, this person right here, and this person right here. So sit back, relax, grab a pen, get some paper, get something to drink. We're going to get straight into it. What's up, family? I'm back with another one. Hey, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the family. So in today's class, we're going to be talking about these 5 laws, right? So you got to grab your Bible because we're going to get into the word. I mean your credit Bible, all right? But most importantly, before we get into the word, I know there are softwares, there's letters, there's so many things, but I want you to understand this. The laws is what get results, all right? So once you understand the laws, and once you be able to apply the laws, it's gonna help you get results. But nothing's guaranteed when it comes to fixing your credit. And I'm not a lawyer, I just wanna show you your rights so you can knock the credit bills out, all right? So first things first, let's get into the word and go to 15 U.S.C. 1681 EB, all right? I'm breaking down this law really quick for you. So if you have the Fair Credit Reporting Act book, you want to go to section 607, all right, compliance and procedures. But if you don't have it, Google 15 U.S.C. 1681 EB, all right? And basically you're going to see the specific law. And then from there, you want to go to number B, accuracy of report, all right? So whenever a consumer reporting agency prepares a consumer report, it shall, what they're supposed to do, right? What they're supposed to do. Follow reasonable procedure to ensure maximum possible accuracy of the information concerning the individual about whom the report relates. So what this law means to me, basically what that means is whenever Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax prepares your report, right? So if anybody reports trade lines to your report, it's supposed to assure maximum possible accuracy. So the open date, account number, everything is supposed to be complete and accurate. Date of last activity, payment status, everything reported on time. So whenever they prepare your report, it's supposed to assure maximum possible accuracy. So if you ever apply for something, guess what? You won't get denied because those trade lines are reported incorrect information, or they're reported late status, or this or that. You get what I'm saying? So they're supposed to assure maximum possible accuracy. And if it doesn't happen, guess what? You're supposed to send a letter telling them to investigate the completeness and accuracy. And that's where we're going to go to the second law that you must know to help you. You already know, knock the credit bureaus out. All right, so let's get into the second law. So let's go to section 611 if you got this book, or Google 15 U.S.C. 1681 I. All right, procedure in case of disputed accuracy. Lowercase a, reinvestigation of disputed information. Number 1, reinvestigation required, and then uppercase A, all right? In general, subject to subsection F, and except as provided in subsection G. If the completeness or accuracy of any item of information contained in a consumer's file at a consumer reporting agency is disputed by the consumer, and the consumer notifies the agency directly or indirectly through a reseller of such dispute, the agency shall, free of charge, conduct a reasonable reinvestigation to determine whether the disputed information is inaccurate and record the current status of the disputed information, or keyword, delete the item from the file in accordance with paragraph 5. I'm going to go over paragraph 5 before the end of the 30-day period beginning on the date on which the agency receives the notice of dispute from the consumer or reseller. All right. So very important. What this law basically means to me, how I understand this is, A, if you send a letter to Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax, guess what? They're supposed to conduct a reasonable reinvestigation to determine whether the information is inaccurate or incomplete, all right? And if it is, either update it, modify it, or delete it, and make sure, and they're supposed to record the current status of the item that's being disputed. So that's very important. Now, 15 U.S.C. 1681 I-5 is the next specific law. So you want to go down to number 5, right? So number 5 is treatment of inaccurate or unverifiable information. So when you send a letter to Experian or TransUnion or Equifax, guess what? They're supposed to conduct a reasonable reinvestigation, right? And they have 30 days to complete that investigation. So After that 30 days, what they're supposed to do is based off of this specific law. Here's what they're supposed to do. All right, treatment of inaccurate or unverifiable information in general, if after any reinvestigation under paragraph 1, that's the one we just first read, and the second one we read, the second law that we read, any information disputed by a consumer, an item of information is found to be inaccurate or incomplete or cannot be verified, the consumer reporting agency shall, this is what they're supposed to do right here, promptly delete the item of information from the file of the consumer or modify that item of information as appropriate based on the results of the reinvestigation, and promptly notify the furnisher of the information that the information has been modified or deleted from the file of the consumer. All right, so what does that basically mean? So when you send a letter to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, guess what? They're supposed to do an investigation, and after the investigation, guess what? They're either supposed to update it, they're supposed to modify, they're supposed to or delete it based off of whatever they found. And if it's unverifiable, guess what? They're supposed to delete it as well. But when you send a letter in, I don't know what Experian, TransUnion, Equifax be doing sometimes, but guess what? Sometimes they don't even, they say they update, they say they verify, but what did they verify? What did they update? What did they fix? Usually they don't really tell you, all right? And if you look at your report and you compare the report, what did they really update? Did they fix the open date? Did they fix it? Did they fix the last date of activity? Did they fix the payment status? Did they fix this? No, right? And you can see clear as day. So when you compare your reports, you be like, yo, what did they really fix? What did they really verify? All right, so what do you do next after that? So this goes down to the next law, which is 15 USC 1681I, and you want to go down to number 7, all right? All right, so number 7, what does that mean? So when you're at number 7, sorry about that, description of reinvestigation procedure, all right? A consumer reporting agency shall, man, these words right here, shall, what they're supposed to do, provide to a consumer a description referred in paragraph, and we're going to read this 6B3, by no later than 15 days after receiving a request from the consumer for that description. All right. So when they say your accounts were verified and you ask them to provide, you send another letter asking them to provide you a description, that's what they're supposed to do no later than 15 days. All right. So let's go to number 6 and then go to number 3. All right. A notice that if requested by the consumer, a description of the procedure used to determine the accuracy and the completeness of information shall be provided to the consumer by the agency, including the business name and address of the furnisher of information contacted in connection with such information and a telephone number of such furnisher if reasonably available. All right. So guess what? When you ask for that description, guess what? They're supposed to provide it to you of how they updated and how they came about the results of them verifying those specific accounts. And they're supposed to provide it to you within 15 days. All right. I know Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, but once you got the law on your side, hey, guess what? You don't need to be scared of Experian. You don't need to be scared of TransUnion or Equifax or these debt collectors. All right. Because you're able to leverage these laws. And I understand that you don't get results when you want to get results. However, you reap what you sow. But as long as you continue doing what you need to do, eventually your accounts will start falling off, all right? So let's get into the next law, 15 USC 1681 S-2. And if you have the for record reporting book, you want to go to section 623, responsibilities of furnisher of information to a consumer report agency. Here's what they're responsible for, all right? So duty of furnisher of information to provide accurate information. So when you look at your report, are they providing accurate information? All right, so reporting information with actual knowledge of errors. A person shall not furnish any information related to a consumer to any consumer report agency if the person knows or has reasonable cause to believe that this information is inaccurate. And then let's read letter B. Reported information after notice and confirmation of errors. A person shall not furnish information related to a consumer to any consumer report agency if the person has been notified by the consumer at the address specified by the person for such notices that the specific information is inaccurate and the information is in fact inaccurate. All right. So when you found out that, hey, the open date, data last payment, data last activity, balance, or whatever the case may be is inaccurate, and you tell them that it's inaccurate, guess what? They're supposed to fix it, modify, update it. They're not supposed to furnish inaccurate information, but life, whatever the case may be, stuff happened and you send the letter out. So this is very important for you to send a letter to Experian, send a letter to TransUnion, send a letter to Equifax, send a letter certified to ensure that they actually received that specific letter. So you want to do return receipt. Hey, they got the letter, all right? Now what they're supposed to do, time is ticking. They got 30 days for them to complete the investigation and 5 days for them to actually send you the investigation back, the reinvestigation back. And they're supposed to, like you saw before, update it. They're supposed to modify the open date. They're supposed to fix it. But do they do it? All right. So these are the laws that you want to know and you want to leverage. And then we're going to be talking about more laws that can help you fix your credit report and knock the credit bureaus out so you can improve your credit score. And one more thing, as you're fixing your credit, you want to be also building your credit as well. All right. You want to do the same thing as you're fixing. You want to be building. All right. You don't have to get in debt. There are things you can do to build up your credit, all right? You can report your utilities, you can report your rent, you can also do other things. They have trade lines out there. You can get added as well. There are multiple ways you can also, I got plenty of videos talking about how to build your credit. So those are some of the things you can do without getting into any debt to actually start helping you build up your credit report, all right? So I'll see you in the next one. Hey. Hold up. If you don't have my free secret letter, the link is in the description. Make sure you grab it so it can help you knock the credit bureaus out, and I'll see you in the next one.